welcome back to another episode of the Mentor Movement Podcast, a show that explores the impact of mentorship in various industries, from corporate to entertainment, and how it is shaping the future of our work. I'm Kylie Montigney, and today we're talking about mental health with Empower Girls Ambassador UZI. Welcome to the show, UZI. We are so excited to have you on today, and great to catch up with
For
you
having
again.
me. Thank you for having me.
So to kick off this episode, tell us a little more about you and the amazing work you're doing because you have been busy lately, which is awesome.
I have been really busy. The work that I'm currently doing, I'm currently with Active Minds. I am part of their first group of at the Advocacy Institute at Active Minds. It is an online internship, but your first meeting is at the Active Minds conference. And I actually came back last night as I was telling Kylie. I just came home yesterday morning, and it was one of the best experiences I think I've had in my entire life, hence the shirt be the change. Um, it was a really good experience because not only did I make friends, the keynote speakers, if you guys know who the keynote speakers are, you can look that up. I'm not personally gonna put them out there just because the privacy. Um, I became friends with them as well, and with meeting everyone and getting to see my mentors in person and working with all these amazing advocates alongside everyone else, it was such an honor of getting to know these different ambassadors and getting to know all these different companies and all these advocates, and we're all coming together for one common cause. And it felt like a second family to me. It was a second family, and I did not want to leave. I cried all the way home because when I came home, the my state doesn't have really any type of advocacy related, mental health related stuff related to advocacy other than therapy. There's nothing really, how do I explain it? There's nothing really no place to grow, no place to go up, no place to go down. Where you are is where you're stuck, and you kind of have to make the opportunities yourself. You don't get nothing handed to you, and you have to go out and look for opportunities. When I tell you Michigan does not have a lot of resources, they do not.
Like that is kind of Pennsylvania too, is that you have to go out and work hard for it. Of course, there's many things you can do in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure how Michigan is or what part you're in Michigan, but with Pennsylvania, you have to go out and work hard for it. So with entertainment, podcasting, and everything, there's not a lot of resources here in Pennsylvania. So you
Yeah.
have to travel all over the place, like LA, New York, there's so many places. But Pennsylvania is not a let alone podcasting mental health place. Of course, there's resources in the area, but not like a huge
Advocacy related.
facilities like advocacy, like you said.
Same here. There's not really any type of stuff. Like I had to go to DC for the conference. I have to go to New York for a conference. I have to go to, I think, Chicago or something for a different conference. I have to go towards Ohio for a conference. Like there's nothing really here that's like, here are opportunities for you. Like here's stuff for you. Like we have maybe one podcast studio, and they're very selective and they make you pay, and I have my own podcast set up at home, so I don't even have to go there. But other than that, there's really nothing here, and that's why I wanted to move right after, right off the bat after college, because I want to go do my dream. I'm currently writing my first chapter of my book comes out in September, in about a month. My full book we're hoping comes out in May. That is still being worked on with me and my publisher. But everything's online. Like she lives in Texas, I live here. So there's not really anything that Michigan has that would keep me here for what I want to do. And as much as I love living here and going to school, the only reason I came home with my parents, I mean the reason why I'm not moved out, I'm finishing my BA degree and then I'm moving out for sure. I'm moving to Florida for a year and then I'm moving to DC because that's where all the opportunities are near
Mhm.
New York and stuff. That's where I want to move, or LA, because that's where all the big opportunities are, and there's not really anything here because of how long stuff is. And we have a
Yeah.
timer. We have 9 minutes.
Yeah, so I know I will try thinking things through quick, but with DC, like DC is about 5 hours from where I am. DC is honestly one of my favorite places. I love DC so much, and DC is really a full thing of opportunities. And the way the history is, like if you're going for mental health, lawmaking, that sort of thing, like DC is a perfect place for you. Like the way, like because there's so many opportunities it can give you.
The apartment we stayed in was called the Global Luxury Apartment at the White House. And
Ooh,
it
fancy.
was 3 minutes from the White House, and they were small. I'm not gonna lie, it was small. But like when I was walking to and from my conference, from the apartment to the conference to the apartment, it was just, I don't know what it was. It was just in my heart. It was just engraved. I'm like, this is my home. Like this is where I'm meant to be. Like I feel so like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just so refreshing, and I was like, when I go home, I'm probably gonna cry, and I did because there's nothing left for me here. There's not really anything that's like, oh wow, look at Michigan. Like,
Yeah, like it's not as exciting as some other places.
yeah.
And in what ways do you think mentorship improves the mental well-being of both mentors and mentees? I know you are very big into mental health, but how do you think it plays a role in mentors and mentees?
So I can honestly speak for both because I am a mentee and I'm also a mentor. I'm currently mentoring two people here in my state because they want to get into the major that I'm doing. They want to get into the minor that I'm doing. So kind of mentoring them in the school process and like also teaching them along the way, like it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to go to these resources. Like I'm gonna meet with them actually tomorrow. They just want like advice and stuff, and I'm happy to give that advice. Like I would happily do that. And for the mentee side, it's always about learning new things and understanding. Like if you don't understand something, you can always go to the mentor and be like, "Hey, I don't understand this," or like, "I don't understand this piece of information," or "I don't understand this slide on this Google slide or the assignment. Can you please help me?" And honestly, speaking for both, there's growth all around for both mentor and mentee. You can always grow from one another. You learn something from your mentor, you learn something from your mentee, and you give it to each other. So it's constant learning. And it's like you never really stop learning. And the two mentors I currently have, I really like them because they understand what I want to do for my entire life.
Mhm.
Advocacy is something I want to do for a living, and I told them, and I'm like, hey, can you mentor me? And they're like, yeah. And I'm part of their mentor academy. So it's being able to understand all this stuff and being able to do this for a living and getting those connections because within the Advocacy Institute, she said, you guys are so lucky. My mentor said, you guys are so lucky that you guys get to meet with all these people around the world and meet with all these amazing people. So I'm super excited for those opportunities that are coming up.
Like with you, like I literally see you going around everywhere, which is awesome that you are going networking conferences. I've seen pictures that you sent me and posts that you did at a recent conference that you just went to. It's pretty awesome that you are out and about meeting new people. And with mentorship, like it is literally so powerful, whether it's mental health, business, or whatever it is. It's so powerful because you get to learn new things and meet new people. And that's what I love about podcasting is that you get to meet new people all around the world, not just from your home state, which is such a cool thing to see. Because, of course, with Michigan, Pennsylvania, there's not a lot of podcasting stuff. So, you got to
Not a
network
lot of
all over the
advocacy
place.
stuff either. There's not really anything that's like, woo.
I know, not as exciting as, maybe New York or Los Angeles. So it's like we need to get those opportunities, man. Like we need to actually
Right.
gain something because Pennsylvania and Michigan are not known for that. So it's like, let's gain some connections in New York City or
Yeah,
something.
that's why I'm always on like LinkedIn. I'm like, whenever there's a connection, I'm just like, do they, are we on the same grounds? Do we have the same topics related to each other?
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, for me, LinkedIn is a big thing for me because I'm
Yeah.
like, LinkedIn, I love you, but you gave me my life. Like, you gave me my connections. Like,
Yep,
LinkedIn is such a big tool for networking.
it is. Honestly, it is.
So, to wrap up this episode, like, this is a question I asked everyone at the end of each episode, but what does mentorship mean to you?
Being mentor and being the mentee, I think just being able to grow and learn from each other and kind of understand what you're trying to gain out of that, like whether it's about school or advocacy or mental health, being able to understand topics and get to where you want to go, but also understanding that like there's a lot of growth along the way. And I think even after the Advocacy Institute, I'm definitely going to keep in touch with my mentors just because they understand where I want to go in life and they know that I'm very motivated to go where I want to go in life. And they understand that like I'm not going to give up just because like it's over. I want to continue doing this. And they know I'll do anything to get anywhere.
Um, but I honestly think that is the perfect way to wrap up this episode. I really appreciate everyone for listening. I know we missed last week's episode, but I'm super excited we are back this week, all brand and new. And I really appreciate you, Lucy, for coming on and talking with us, and really appreciate all the hard work you're doing and for taking the time to talk with us and being an ambassador for Power Girls. It really means so much.
Thank you.
So thank you everyone for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, and review to stay tuned for upcoming episodes. I hope to see you guys very soon and see you guys next week.